Okay. Um, yeah, I don't have a title for this video because cow farm and sheep farm, that took me quite a few hours because I had to pretty much get 2 cows here, and I had to lead them up with like the giant staircase of death with what's it called, wheat, and then I had to do the same with the sheep. So yeah, that took me about a bazillion years, and yet this series isn't gonna end. I'm probably gonna start a Bedrock series that I might upload on like once or twice a week, but you know, we'll see about my uploading schedule because I've been really liking BattleBit again. Like, it was like my favorite game, then wasn't my favorite game, then it's kind of back to being my favorite game. Bounces between that and MC Bedrock. And Java's just a game I come back to a lot. So yeah, we're just gonna be chilling. And yeah, I got nothing special to talk about. Except that, so George Washington was, some of the like ways he was just, I'm trying to remember the exact line. I might have to look it up. But I remember so it was like 1776, and no, not 1776, 1777, I believe. It was right before the Battle of New York. Like, well, it would have been the Battle of Manhattan, or something Heights, Brooklyn Heights. Yeah, I don't actually know any of the regions around there. I've been there once, but what was it? Basically the British sent over a message, and they're like, "Hey, you should surrender like now," and he's just like, "Nah." Just simply, from what I remember, he sent a letter just saying no. It wasn't any reasonings. It wasn't some speech. No, it was just no. Like, that is the most Chad response that you could give to the, at that time, strongest and most feared military on Earth. And you're a guy commanding a bunch of hillbillies and rednecks. And you're just like, nah, fam. I get back on your side of the pond. I still can't remember his actual line. And also, I believe it was the, like, I'm trying to remember the actual unit's name, but I believe the unit was the 1st Marylanders. I don't actually know the unit's name. But during the Battle of Manhattan Heights, I believe it was Manhattan Heights. It's part of the Battle of New York. These guys were just like, nah, y'all can go on ahead and, like, get the rest of the troops out of here. The, like, 100 or some of us will hold off this, like, several thousand British soldiers single-handedly. I'm gonna say it was here. And yes, only 12 of them made it back. But legit, those guys were insane. And I'm like, huh? What? Like, what? Like, those guys were like the Navy SEALs. Or, no, not the Navy SEALs. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Oh, no, never mind. My brain's shutting off. I'm trying to remember a unit that, like, stayed behind during a major firefight in, like, Desert Storm or something. But to be honest, I have no idea which unit it was. Yeah. So, man, I don't got much to talk about in this video. I mean, this world's, it's kind of my chill world, because it's a slower progression than regular MC. And again, you're talking to, like, the worst MC player on Earth. There's a fly in my room. Oh, gosh. The pain that I am about to go through because of this stupid fly. It's going to be buzzing around my head for, like, 40 minutes. Minimum. Yeah, so I still need the grass to grow up here so I can start shearing the sheep, because I can't get snow in this world, so I'm gonna have to use wool to imitate snow, because as I said, this is gonna be like a plateau on a mountain. Well, it's gonna be surrounded by mountains. My best description is in in Top Gun Maverick, the bowl that they had to drop bombs into, like to destroy the whatever uranium stores. It's kind of gonna be like that. It's gonna be like surrounded on 3 sides by mountains, 1 side by a cliff. So yeah. Plus, also Top Gun Mav was a really good movie. Plus, then also the original Top Gun was pretty good. Like, yeah. Plus, so y'all know I play a lot of BattleBit Remastered. My plan is I've been wanting to game dev for a while. I still need to learn like some basic coding. But what I'm gonna do is probably find a software like Unity. I mean that they made BattleBit on that, and BattleBit's fire. But the thing is, I want to make a ultra realistic shooter that I want to be kinda like BattleBit, but not really. Like, it's mostly small game modes with like one big one that's like a week-long game that you can get on any time, but you need to enlist as a squad and stuff. This is kind of a rough idea, but the game, it will have fighter jets, like 5th gen fighter jets, but it'll also be following the lore of the campaign, so it's gonna be like 1,000 players, but 400 are on one faction, 400 are on another, and then 2,000 are, well, no, 200 are what's left of the federal military of this fallen nation. And it's gonna be really cool. I just need to figure out game deving and stuff, because legit. And this could be the coolest game ever, because it will have accurate missiles and stuff. Like, the aerial combat is something I really focused on, because I really think aerial combat is some of the coolest stuff. That, like, boots on the ground, like, combat, yeah, it's cool, I'm not gonna deny it. But the guys doing, like, what's the maneuver called? Cobra maneuver, and, like, pulling, like, 10 Gs while doing some insane flip or whatever, that's cool. I'm not gonna deny it. And I want to make a game that can have that, but is also mainly based on infantry, but in a fallen civilization that also goes along the idea of, yeah, you most likely don't get any of that special gear because you're a civilian in a civilian world where it's absolutely insanely hard to get fully automatic weapons. So there's one class that's really hard to unlock that gives you fully automatic weapons. But the thing about them is, since there's only one class, and all the other ones are stuck with semi-automatic weapons with a realistic range, but you only get one attachment you get a sling and a, what's it called? Like, at the beginning, you get, so there's 3 levels of footwear that you can upgrade in, like, because 16v16 game mode, that would be just like capture the flag, that would be like games like capture the flag, no, yeah, capture the flag, what's it called, TDM, free FFA, so free for all, games like that, that's what that would be. But like, while the bleh, yeah, so while like, yeah, so while like you're doing stuff, so there's going to be like a 16v16, 64v64, and then there's just going to be the big game that's like 1,000 players or something. And I also want this to be able to run on a potato, so probably the most laggy stuff would be the vehicle combat, because there will be tanks in the like giant like week-long event. Because in my eyes there would be championships events, because a game that has like a lively community and events and stuff will last longer than a game that doesn't. So like, It might as well just be really cool to have some type of, I don't know, like event, like a championship event, and like who's the best player. You can like sign up for the event here, or like all we need is your username, and like this is to be the best player for the next week. And hey, if you want to win the next one, come and win. It might also be a really cool idea to just keep a lively community, but yeah. It's a really cool idea, Mize. Because also, as someone who likes gaming, I kind of know what I want. But like, I also want it to be like a hyper realistic when it comes to how guns work. So like, reloads take like 4 seconds. Killing in the game is like, because you don't get body armor unless you're in one of 2 classes. Because each class has subclasses, like the assault class has breacher. What's it called? Has a breacher. What's it called? Medic. Yada yada. Well, every class has medic. But in sniper, you have spotter. Yeah, you have a class. You have a subclass that's legit just the spotter. You have, well, it's part of recon. You have sniper, and then that is spotter. Otter. And then there is gonna be a, what's it called? So after that, there is another role. I need to remember. Recon. But like in this, there's, well, if you're part of the like Fallen World Federal Military, whatever, that is the only place where you get fully automatic weapons. It's the only place you get a 5th gen fighter jet. No, wait, no. Yeah, every nation gets 1, but they get like 4. So it's like 200 people, and 4 of them have the best fighter jets in the game, and only 1 person out of 400, so there's only 2 that can combat them. But those 2 are also against each other. So it's like, you have really good gear, but you're also going up against 2 forces that are way bigger. Plus with artillery, like, laying, because, like, pushing in on the scroll wheel would give you a thing to mark stuff like, just, that's an enemy position, or like, artillery strike, or bombs drop, like, we need a plane to hit that. And with missiles, where it's like, you would, like, press Q to lock missile, and then, like, you'd like Q to lock missile, F for flares, E to launch missiles. What would be next? E to launch missiles. So F for flares. No, actually, I would say R would be launch missile because I mean you can't really reload. And also to get like a resupply, if you're flying a plane, you have to be able to land it on either a not a aircraft carrier, or a what's it called, airfield. And if you're on an airfield, you have to get into the hangar. If it's a not plate carrier, a aircraft carrier, you have to like get it set up and like you have to fully stop, go to the thing that has like an engineer box or whatever at it, get fully resupplied, and leave and go like do your job. Oh my gosh, I just fell again. Yeah. So, Mize, it would be a really cool game idea. And I know I've discussed the vehicle combat, but like the movement's very realistic, and the standard rig is 6 mags plus 1 in the gun. Plus you have another 7 in your backpack that you can sling off and unload. Plus you can reload your mags, but this is like taking 30 minutes to like reload 7 mags, plus maybe 14 if you dump them all. Like you have spare mags and stuff. Like you start with like 6 things. You actually have a compass that you have to take out. It's not just on your screen where it points north. No, you have to take out your compass, look at it, and yeah. I just realized I went over 15 minutes, and I don't want a video longer than 15 minutes, so that's going to be the end of this video.